We're in Miami, Florida, or Weston, Florida, which is, your bed is lighting, it's moving. It's near Miami, that's like the location. But, yeah, this is it, we made it. We saw a lot of things, saw a lot of adventures, went through a lot of stuff, a lot of, you know, problems and scenarios we had to face, but we overcame them, I think. Anyway, we wanted this blog to kind of answer some questions or give some advice for if you ever want to go on a road trip, or what we liked about our road trip. So the first question we got is, what was the most exciting thing that happened? Can we go first with this one?
Universal Studios, of course.
Yeah.
I just love the whole experience and the whole environment in Universal Studios. It was definitely a vacation from our vacation, and it felt like we're in a whole... The thing I loved about it, it took you into a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't feel like you were on Earth a lot of times. You felt like you were somewhere else, just completely out of the ordinary. You felt completely away from home. It took you away, and it just blew my mind, and it was an experience.
It's awesome. So like, if you ever go on a road trip, Universal Studios or at least Disney World, that area,
or if you take a vacation,
go,
park.
Yeah, take some time to relax at one location, kind of enjoy yourself. And number two, what was the most beautiful places we saw? I'd have to say either the Grand Canyon or Carlsbad Caverns. They're kind of different in its spectrum. Like, Carlsbad was like defined, small space, beautiful. Grand Canyon was just like magnificently grand. I mean, it was beautiful. What did you like?
Grand Canyon was the most beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, it was the most at peace I've ever felt, I think, was the sunrise and sunset.
Yeah.
I mean, you sat there dead quiet, and you could hear these people talking and stuff, but it was nice and peaceful and relaxing. I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you could see or do something from the trip again, what would it be?
Well, I don't want to say Universal Studios, but that's the obvious answer for me. It's Hugo, I don't think. I mean, if there's one.
Yeah, I'd probably say, I mean, the Grand Canyon, like I was saying, is so big. We only saw like literally a 0.1% of it, probably. So even just going and having a little more time at the Grand Canyon, I wouldn't want to spend too much time there. I think 1 or 2 days would be perfect. Too much there would be kind of boring, I think. Also LA, I think more time outside of LA and the beaches there was a lot of fun. I like to do that again. That was almost my number 2 on the most exciting things we did, was just the beaches.
I think California, our last leg of California, was a place I'd want to go back and hang for a week.
Yeah, definitely.
I would definitely want to go back to Cali.
I mean, the actual city kind of sucked. It was just very compacted, although Little Tokyo was cool.
I wouldn't say sucked.
Well, not sucked. It just, I don't really like, it was really touristy, of course.
Yeah.
Just packed with people and hot, and it wasn't really like...
Traffic.
I mean, the Walk of Fame wasn't as glamorous as it looks.
The Walk of Fame.
The Walk of Fame. It was kind of cool to see Chinese theater and stuff, but, I mean, the beaches were awesome. And just the area we were at was really cool. And then also, what was the worst thing that happened to you?
That's kind of obvious.
It was probably the car trouble. That was pretty bad.
And
that was right after the Grand Canyon, which was like awesome. We were at peace, super happy.
Which breakdown do you think is the worst? Which breakdown do you think was the
second one definitely was bad. And we had 2 breakdowns in one day. The first one, our car wouldn't start, which was, what was wrong? Just the spark plugs, basically.
Yeah.
Took us forever to get those fixed. 4 o'clock, we finally back on the road, feeling good again. We were happy. And then the second thing was, the car died. The whole battery just shut off.
Freeway, 10 o'clock at night.
And so we're middle of nowhere on the freeway. We got to get a cop to come pick us up, or to call a tow truck. We get a tow truck there. He drops us off at this guy that actually is like been thrown in jail for rape, and he's in the hospital at the moment, which we didn't know. So we wake up in the morning, we're middle of nowhere, the mechanic's not there, so we had to get another tow truck to another place. It was just awful. Oh, thunder. So what was if someone you knew was going to take a road trip, what advice would you give them?
A few advice would be AC.
Yeah.
Get AC. It was miserable driving through Louisiana, Texas, humidity 95,
But we did have it pretty good. Like, it was undercover most of the time. If it was in sun, I don't think we could have made it.
Oh no.
But AC would have been huge.
AC. Bring a friend if you have a friend. Make sure he can drive, and because you want to relax. Because driving 10 hours or it's brutal, and you want to relax and don't fall asleep on the road and crash. Have lots of good and various different music. And finally, if you want to have a good, relaxing, and good road trip, I would suggest planning it out.
Yeah.
Because if Matt Dow didn't plan out our road trip, it probably would have sucked.
Yeah, big shout out to Matt Dow. That was huge.
Big.
Awesome.
Like, if you want to, like, definitely try to budget and plan out where you want to go, because it really helped Peter and I, you know, go through the U.S., enjoy more, and knowing how much we can spend, knowing how much gas, and knowing everything beforehand, and being very organized. I think organization is a key thing to have in road trips.
Yeah, like keep receipts too. That was helpful.
Keep receipts, everything. Just try to be organized.
One thing for me, I think, would be spend actually more time. Like we spent 2.5 weeks, which I thought was a lot. But when it came down to it, I just still felt rushed at a lot of places. But then the next question would be, how did you deal with the car trouble? Like mentally.
I prayed a lot.
Yeah.
And I was just a downer, and I was kicking dirt. And I actually, the second time we broke down, I just basically jogged it off. Just went completely down the freeway on the right side, just walking off and trying to think and just trying to rub it off and just running. And it hit pretty hard because I thought the road trip was over. I thought, I want to go home. I don't want to be out here. Like, New Mexico stinks. Why is it the land of enchantment? And so...
Yeah, I got pretty pissed. I finally got to the point where it was like I wouldn't take no for an answer, and I was talking to people, and I was like very straight, and I was like, look, we need to find a way out of here. Find it. But trying to just keep your cool is huge, and just trying to keep on the light side that everything's going to be okay, I'd
be
say
optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it's not pretty. Anyway, overall, it was a great trip. I enjoyed myself immensely. I definitely recommend going on a road trip.
Definitely. Seeing the U.S.
Yes, it's just awesome. Like, just being able to turn on the TV and say you've been there, it's a really cool feeling. What were you saying about having good compatibility?
For another advice, go on a road trip with someone that you know you'll get along with or you won't argue with. Because a road trip, I learned that it's a give and take.
Yeah.
You really have to be non-selfish and learn to be like, you know what, and it's a very thing that, you know, me and Peter and I had our little things where we kind of got a little frustrated, especially with the car down. You know, the stress level's getting pretty high and you don't want to hear some stuff, so you get really on edge, but you just got to learn, you know, cool your jets, everything will work out, you know, God has a plan. But definitely you want to go with someone that, you know, you have either similar taste in music or something like that.
Big time music.
You can talk pretty good. I mean,
well, I mean, you're in a confined space for like 10 hours at a time, and you're around them like 24/7 all the time.
Yeah,
any fun activities you do?
The least we were with each other was like if one of us is going to the bathroom.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, we were like literally always together.
It's like a mother and child.
Pretty much. I mean, because anything we did, we would go to the restaurants together. Everything. You know, bathe together. Just kidding. But I mean, like, you know, you do a lot of things. You do everything together, and like.
Besides the bathroom stuff.
You can you can just get like, it can just be emotionally draining sometimes, you know.
Like, you can almost be sick of this person.
Yeah, you know, it'd be good for a break.
But I wasn't.
But you know, yeah, we didn't actually like get each other's throats that much. I mean, they're pretty minor things, you know, like I can't really think of anything, but you know, just you need to be compatible with this person big time. Don't necessarily go with maybe one of your siblings unless you're really tight with them.
Be like The Amazing Race.
Yeah, it's just like The Amazing Race. I mean, it's like you can really test your friendship with somebody. You think you're a good friend with somebody, you know, go on a road trip with them and see how compatible you are. But it's a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of things. You're able to work through a lot of things. It's definitely fun to experience it with somebody. I don't think I would ever go alone, just because just seeing the Grand Canyon alone would be like you're missing something. Like, you can't show this to anybody.
It's like going to a really funny movie in the movie theater by yourself.
Yeah, it's depressing almost.
You want to laugh with somebody.
Yeah, with that, stay classy, stay elegant, stay superb, stay awesome. We love you guys. Glad you're able to come see it with us. And maybe we'll see you on the road another time.
Well, I'll see the people in Portland in a few days. So.
Yeah, well, we'll keep in touch, hopefully. Yeah. We'll see you around. I'll keep posting stuff, keeping you up to date, whatnot, but take care. Good night. Shout out.
Out there?
Okay.